Along the quiet shores of Puget Sound in Washington state, where the tides breathe in and out across endless stretches of mudflat, a small shellfish helped build an entire way of life. For thousands of years, local tribes gathered oysters from these same shores. They took what they needed, left the rest to grow, and kept the balance that had sustained them for generations. When settlers arrived in the 1850s, they saw opportunity in those same tideflats. Olympia oysters became a delicacy, packed into barrels and shipped to San Francisco, where Puget Sound oysters graced the plates of gold rush millionaires. But greed and growth took their toll. By the turn of the century, pollution and overharvest had nearly wiped out the native oysters. The tideflats that once seemed endless now lay empty. By century's end, wide tideflats lay bare, windswept pools rippling under grey skies. Across the Pacific came new hands and hopes. With them traveled tools, techniques, and crates that promised a second chance for oysters. And that's when two brothers from Japan changed everything. Around 1902, Takeshi and Yoshio Yamashita, recent immigrants from Miyagi Prefecture, arrived in Willapa Bay and Samish Bay. They carried with them a lifetime of oyster knowledge and a few crates of seed oysters from home. In Japan, they had raised a hardier species, the Pacific oyster. It grew faster, larger, and survived in colder, more variable waters than the fragile Olympia. On misty mornings, two brothers set stakes and plans, testing an unproven idea on these cold, quiet flats. They scattered shell and tied bamboo markers as tides crept back, trusting the water to do its work. The Yamashitas planted their imported seed at low tide, staking bamboo markers and waiting for the first spat to settle. Neighbors thought they were foolish. The Pacific oyster was untested here. But within a few years, the results were undeniable. Where the native oysters had vanished, the Pacific oysters flourished. Work returned in rhythm, sorting, stacking, and singing over baskets filled with briny promise. Maps traced new routes while stamped crates slid ashore, carrying a growing revival. Word spread quickly through Washington's coastal towns. Soon, others followed the Yamashitas' example, ordering seed from Japan and adopting their cultivation methods. These Japanese growers didn't just bring the oysters, they brought a culture of precision and respect for the tide. Together, they revived an industry that had nearly died. But when World War II began, fear and prejudice swept across the West Coast. Many of the same families who had saved the oyster industry were forced into internment camps. Their leases were seized, their names forgotten. Yet their oysters kept growing, feeding families, sustaining towns, keeping life along Puget Sound alive. Today the bay hums again, farms and restoration crews tending life between tides. Today, Washington is America's leading shellfish producer, its tides still echoing the work of Takeshi and Yoshio Yamashita. The Pacific oyster thrives beside the returning Olympia, and the spirit of those who worked with the tide endures. The story of the Yamashita brothers isn't just about oysters. It's about resilience, adaptation, and the quiet power of those who build legacies in the rhythm of the sea. Please like and subscribe for more forgotten stories.